Right, okay, so to take this one step further, after realizing that the most effective way of getting TOF data is using the Sony diagnostic app, or 3D creator, which kind of futile really, because you're going to use 3D create, you're going to be creating 3D renders, which the phone does a pretty damn good job at doing if you in decent lighting and spend a slow amount of patient time doing one. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I was getting it to toast, but I thought, well, okay, I mean, I've got to run that diagnostic app to get the data reliably and constantly. So I thought, well, I'd chuck an overlay scene, a Tasker overlay scene onto it, and yeah, and it turned out quite good. And I thought, well, I'll throw quite a few of the other sensors, a bit of sensitive information in this. So it's not just the time of flight, it's also now the RGBCIR sensor, as well as things like the barometric pressure, luminosity, gravity, accelerometer, and a myriad of other sensors that the Sony Xperia XZ Premium actually has on board. So this is obviously a very unique to this phone project. So now when I launch this, it will throw up a little scene.
Camera started.
And it will start providing me with information on what I'm doing. So hopefully the little bars here should start changing as I move the phone around and hopefully get the range up going past. There you go, the range. I need to make it a bit more sensitive after a little bit more checking. I noticed the time of flight sensor, I said it was 80 centimeters. It's actually reliable up to 10 centimeters, and then past 10 centimeters, it just says 80 centimeters. I've got some other sensor data. As I said, I've basically turned this into a little TriCorder, the XZPCorder, as I've called it. So it'll give me things like the luminosity data, because it goes up to, I think it's 30,000, I can't remember if it's lumens or lux that the sensor receives, that can sensor is sensitive up to. So I've got 3 scale bar, lux L1 from 0 to 100, L2 up to 10,000, L3 up to 30,000, I think, which is the maximum. Then we've got the barometer, which is the air pressure sensor, from 850 to 1200 millibars. Then we've got the magnetics, which is, I think, is the actual geomagnetic sensor. So as I move it around, it will sort of alter as I move them around. And then obviously the time of flight sensor, RGBs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For red, green, blue, clear, and infrared, respectively. If I try and move it around over onto the TV, hopefully we can get some infrared going, or at least, well, okay. Quite a bit of clear light there, and a little bit of infrared, and time of flight over 10 centimeters. And obviously there's no timing on this now, it just does it as fast as possible, and some bit diagnostic information up the top there, just shows every 2 to 3 seconds it takes. And also as well, we're getting some raw data here, which I'm going to create some more little bar charts there, which is a distance, red, green, blue, clear, infrared, geomagnetic, gravity, gyro, light, linear acceleration, magnetic field, orientation, pressure, rotation vector, and steps. And I'm going to create some more pretty little graphs. Now, if you're wondering, because you're probably thinking, hold on a minute, that's a task scene, how have you done progress bars? I think anyone that's familiar with task scenes will know exactly how I've done that. And no, it's not using a rectangle scene shape, it's using a web view and some very horrific HTML code. Some very simple HTML code. But there you go. This is sort of TriCorder Alpha for the Sony Xperia XZ Premium, a no root method of pulling all this data, and of course I've wangled it so I can just kill it and it will automatically bail back out to my home screen. And Bob's Ranty. Enjoy.